right, well, I'm going to tell you a little about parenting. My parents used the scare the hell out of your kids method of parenting. My brother got in a motorcycle accident. He was in the hospital. My mom took me there, see him in a cast and all beat up. And she yelled at me and said, "That's what happens if you ride motorcycles." And that worked. For years, I couldn't get within 10 yards of the motorcycle. So when I became a parent, I thought, that's a good way to parent your kid. I took my son to the hospital. Yeah, I took my son to the hospital and the maternity ward. If you get a girl pregnant, you're going to get one of these. Then I made him watch Nightmare on Elm Street. If you don't go to bed on time, that's what's going to happen to you. I took him to the University of Arizona. If you flunk out of school, this is where you have to go. When he got around driving age, I took him to bumper cars. And I rammed into him again and again and again. I don't know if he learned anything, but I had a great time. Then I showed him a recent picture of Keith Richards. And I said, he doesn't eat his vegetables. And he takes drugs. Although, he's 71 and still plays guitar and best rock and roll thing ever. Never mind that example. Eat your vegetables. I took him to the courthouse and I told him that's where you go after you get married.
Got it.
Somebody thought of that one. Okay. And then I thought, why stop there? I took him to the Republican convention. This is what happens after a traumatic brain injury. So my parents also used the don't talk about it method of parenting when it was something that they were nervous talking about, which means most fun things. I found out this later because when my brother was in the motorcycle accident, it wasn't the motorcycle that got him in a wreck, it was that he was on drugs when he was riding the motorcycle. He wrecked the motorcycle on purpose so he could get the better drugs out of the hospital. So now I own 2 motorcycles. And have some good drugs. But they never talked about sex. Kids can learn all about sex from the internet nowadays, but I learned everything I know about sex from watching The Love Boat on TV. Which explains why I can only get aroused around large bodies of water. And why I'm secretly attracted to washed-up aging movie stars. But what really terrifies me is that my son turns out bad. So, I don't care that much about him, but if he doesn't get a job, he'll never leave the house. So, he turned 13 and I decided, I've had it. I've got to teach him a good work ethic. So I make him do stuff. Simple little things like taking out the trash, vacuuming the house, cleaning the toilet after his grandpa died on it. Oh no, not died on it, but you know, died on it. And he still complains and complains. "Dad, the other kids' parents don't make them do work like this." So, well, maybe the other kids' parents don't love them. Or maybe the other kids' parents want to be paying off their kids' debt, bailing them out of rehab, and taking care of 6 grandkids when they turn 65. But I don't. So, he did work. He did start working. It really worked. Now, the other day, he spent 10 hours working and on the phone and doing research. It was also he could figure out what to say to CPS when he called them to complain about me. Yeah, now I'm the one taking out the trash, vacuuming the house, and cleaning the toilet after he dies on it. It's the government. CPS, the government. They're keeping me from fixing the problem in my own house. Maybe they should fix the problem. I don't know who could help. Maybe the governor. He's not saying it out loud, but Doug Ducey would love to cut all education after 3rd grade. Yeah, the kids would have to work and save a lot of money. The only problem is there'd be no jobs left for U of A graduates. How about Arizona Superintendent of Schools Diane Douglas? Yeah, there's a winner. We, the good people of Arizona, decided to elect someone to run our schools that has exactly 0 experience in education. There's gangbangers with tattoos on their eyelids that could do a better job than her. But that's what we all get for blindly voting Republican. You could run Albert Einstein, Mother Teresa, and Albert Schweitzer together as Democrats, and Arizonans would still vote Republican. But it's okay. I don't think we're going to be last place in the United States in education anymore. we'll be last place in the world. Yeah, maybe Hillary Clinton could help. She'd provide free education from preschool all the way through to a postgraduate degree. And then there'd be no jobs. But I'm supposed to suggest, at this point in the comedy show, a funny solution to this problem. And as a wise man once said, nope, we're screwed.